Charles Hurt, and he's with the Washington Times, and we want to talk to him about one of his expertises, which is Trump's
I have no
policies.
expertise. I'm just bumbling along here.
So, where do you fall on the border adjustment tax? Do you think that it's a good idea, or you think that it's better to do a straight reduction in personal tax, repatriation, and corporate tax?
Well, I've said from the start, even though I've been a fan of Mr. Trump's from the start, because he's such a disruptive force, and I think that that's a very good thing. He's not a conservative. He's a pragmatist. He's not. I don't agree with a lot of things that that he's talking about. I hate the idea of a border tax. I hate the idea of any kind of tax. So, but I also realize that I'm not going to get everything I want, and that's so be it. You're going to conservatives are going to have to sort of.
I actually agree with you. Yeah.
Let me just finish one point though. But and it comes into starkest relief when we talk about Obamacare, talk about repealing and replacing Obamacare. I don't like Obamacare because as a conservative, I don't want the federal government involved in that part of my life or in that part of anyone's life. Donald Trump doesn't like it primarily because it doesn't work and it's not working. He wants to make it work, which is anathema to me. But again, we've had conservatives, we've had Republicans control everything in Washington, and they screwed it up miserably. Not as bad, I believe, as Democrats have screwed it up. I think they screwed up 10 times worse. But it's one of those things where it's a compromise you make because you really like the idea that you've got an outsider who is willing to just knock everything over and hopefully kind of start over in some ways.
So at least we have a chance to get on the right road, and one thing's for sure, it was much better than Hillary. So that's an easy choice.
Yes,
so,
absolutely.
Okay, so...
and another thing I would say is that, I have always had a lot of respect for the principled conservatives who couldn't come around to Donald Trump because of their conservatism, because they're truly principled conservatives. I get that. But when he picked Neil Gorsuch to be Justice Scalia's replacement, to me that kind of changed everything. To me, that is a
we need a strict constructionist in there, right?
That is a real that's a game changer for me, and even though he's not a doctrinaire conservative, all those kind of things, he made the right decision on that, and that means so much to me.
So in politics, you can't get everything that you want. It's about checking the boxes and what's important to you, and if you can get more things with one candidate, then that's your guy.
But it's more than just checking the boxes, because if we just check the boxes, I would have checked Ted Cruz. Senator Cruz is right. I agree with him on every single thing. But at the end of the day, I don't think he's a terribly good politician. He doesn't sell the message very well. I think he's probably a decent guy. Obviously, he's a decent man when it comes to all the policies. But winds up not being the total package. Even though Donald Trump is probably wrong on a lot of the boxes for me, he's that disruptor.
But let's go over these policies quickly. So you're in favor of having the strict reduction in taxes, as I am.
Yep.
The personal income tax, repatriation, and corporate tax, and that would put a kick into the economy.
Absolutely.
That we don't really have to worry about whether it's permanent 10 years out or not. Once that great prosperity hits the American people, they'll see the light, right?
I believe that, and also, Donald Trump was very early on, one of the first people to really talk about repatriating that money, and I think that, and it's also it's a fairness thing too. I think that having a simpler, fairer tax code that makes people pay taxes who owe taxes and keep all those taxes low, that's a very good thing.
And also the other important issue, repeal and replace Obamacare. That we needed to do, and Donald Trump's going to do that, right?
Well, yeah, but he's going to need Congress to help. And what we're seeing right now is, Republicans in Congress I think they're kind of sort of the dog that caught the car. They weren't sure. I think that they didn't believe he was going to win, which A, reflects poorly on their political acumen, but also, and this is the thing that actually bothers me the most about this. I get why they're resisting right now to repealing something without a replacement, even though I have no patience for it. I understand why they are. What makes me mad about it is all those times in the past couple of years where they were happy to pass all those repeals because they knew it wasn't going to go anywhere.
Now they don't have a replacement?
And it's just it reflects so poorly. It's hard to take people seriously if they were just doing it because they knew the guy was going to veto it.
Yeah, so I give them a chance. Maybe they'll come around, and we'll see in a few
I
months,
hope so,
right?
Yeah. But I will say this, that the responsibility is on the part of Republicans in Congress. But I do think that Donald Trump obviously has an important is in an important position to sort of force them